Welcome to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krieger, and this is Alpha Bravo. And in this episode, we're starting our Lost Light crew. First, we'll start with the Chief Enforcer of the Tyrus Accords, Ultra Magnus. He hit the stage as the Old Soldier in 1986 movie and was featured in several of the animated series and most comic releases. He hit his stride in the IDW comics as the rules stickler in the More Than Meets the Eye comic. He has a ton of toys. For the sake of expediency and my wallet, I've eliminated all Scout, Legends, World's Smallest, third-party, and official releases. I've also thrown out the White Optimus Primes. Ultra Magnus is a distinct character and deserves his own distinct molds. Mostly he needs his trailer. So let's take a look at what we have. Okay, we did keep one of the White Primes. It's the Classics mold, because Fans Project came out with two different kits for it in the style of the Ultra Magnus of your choice. The first kit is more G1, the second is the one I have here. Our stand-ins are Alicon for the Titanium Ultra Magnus, and this knockoff zoo animal for the Papa Toys PPT-05 Ultra Lower Warrior. For recolors, we have Keith's Fantasy Club die stack in place of their Citizen stack, and Overload here for the Energon Ultra Magnus. By the scale chart, he should be a tall Voyager, but from the Matumti Season 1 poster that I've added perspective lines to, he should be a leader. So on the high side, we can remove the MP, the KFC, and the RID 2001. On the low end, we can remove the Titanium and the Papa Toys. For playability, we can remove the G1 and the Energon. For G1 IDW appearances, we can remove the animated and all the Prime molds. Now we're down to the Fans Project kits, Siege mold, and the Combiner Wars mold. The FP kits can be directly compared to the Siege and Combiner Wars for G1 and IDW respectively. The official releases are better representatives of each one, so we can remove the FP kits. So we have our winners. Combiner Wars for IDW and Siege for G1. Both are great toys and meets our requirements. Last for today is the turbo-revving young punk Hot Rod, aka Rodimus, aka Rodimus Prime. He first appeared in the 1986 movie where he went from young punk to inexperienced leader. He went on to be featured in Season 3 and 4, Marvel and IDW Comics. He's most recently been featured in the Cyberverse cartoon, but his most famous recent incarnation is the captain, then co-captain, of the Lost Light in the More Than Meets the Eye comics. He has had a ton of toys. Again, we're going to leave out the Scout class and below. The Mastermind Creations Calidus, SXX Hot Flame, MP9, alternators, lie in height between MP29 and about half a head taller than Carrie here. Our recolor stand-ins are T30 Springer for Cloud, Armada Hotshot, and my custom Getaway standing in for Hot Rod recolors of each mold. Our mold stand-in is Clobber for the Cyberverse Ultra Class Hot Rod. By the scale chart and Matumti Season 1 print, Hot Rod Rodimus should be a deluxe. Rodimus Prime should be a tall deluxe short Voyager. So we can eliminate the MPs, the alternators, the Cloud, and the third parties. We'll keep to the Power of the Primes for now because we can use the Hot Rod component. For IDW G1 appearance, we can remove the movie molds, the animated molds, and the Unicron Trilogy molds. For playability, we can remove the G1s, Titanium, Cyberverse, One Step, Warrior, and Ultra Class. For Rodimus Prime, Fans Project does have an upgrade kit for the Classics here to make him into the Rodimus Prime. But for me, neither of these work for a definitive G1 or IDW appearance. We're down to the Cyberverse Deluxe, the Titan's Return, and the Power of the Prime's Hot Rod component. For me, while it does have the IDW proportions, the Cyberverse is just a little too short for me. So I'm going to call the winners here. Power of the Prime for Rodimus Prime, and Titan's Return for Hot Rod. What do we do for an IDW Rodimus? Shapeways and paint to the rescue. No, Shapeways doesn't sponsor me, but I'm open to the possibility. This win does have a condition in that next year's Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, I believe, will displace the TR as our definitive Hot Rod. Thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Let me know in the comments below who you'd like to see next. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.